Alright, I'll just kick the stream up. So, it's been a while. So yeah, I mean, we can play a little bit tonight. I probably won't get a whole lot done tonight, but it is what it is. Otherwise, tonight we can just kind of talk about what's going on. So, since I know, obviously we all know that John is recovering. Well, hopefully recovering.
I saw him yesterday. He's doing a lot better.
Is it?
That's good.
Yeah, I'm still recovering my finger. I was able to touch my palm last week, so yay.
He was super excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I had to kind of force it down, but it worked. Yeah, didn't get a second interview for the CUS position. That's fine, because today I got an email for PO position, so see how that goes.
Put me down as a reference.
Cats are normally sleeping. Now that I have the light on back there, then they're like, oh, we must investigate everything. What are you doing, Sniff? Oh, Mama. What's up? So, yeah, right now. So one thing I was wondering is, do I want to keep going with the general story, or wait until we get John back too?
Remind me, Jewel teleported us
And left us.
and left us. Like, Jewel's not with us, right?
Correct. Yeah. On Jules' watch, she waited till basically everybody was passed out and gathered up some stuff that was from basically by the entrance of the Well of Souls, and then teleported everybody out to just outside the city, and then she teleported off again.
And we have no idea how long that was intended, like she intended to be gone for, even.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, with that, when you guys wake up, there is a note.
Like, pinned to someone, or
Just kind of
With the dagger?
Just
Yeah,
stapled
or
it into
like-
someone's arm.
is it like we found a letter, or is it Garm comes up here?
no. Basically, it would just be kind of pinned to somebody's pack. Well, not really pinned, just kind of resting on it.
I will open the letter and read it to the group, so we're all hearing it at the same time.
All right. So as you're reading it, you're kind of hearing Jewel's head, or her voice in all of your heads. My dear companions, when we first started traveling together, it seemed we had much in common. We were all out to see the world and leave our mark. We all wanted to change the way things were, but as time passed, our differences became clear. Whereas I recognized the scale of power that was needed to make a true difference, you were focused on a few children and widows. Some might consider your actions noble, but they were flaccid and meager. You slowly distribute a few buckets of water, careful not to spill any, when what is needed is a hurricane. The force of such a storm can provide enough water to make a desert bloom. The omens tell us we have a shared destiny, so maybe we will meet again. I urge you to reflect on what is possible, to stop thinking small. Broaden your minds and think about what greatness could come if you truly opened yourself to power. By the time you awake, I will already have opened the Well of Souls and be on the path to much greater things. It is my sincere hope that if our paths rejoin, it will be as allies, ready to burn down as much of the world as needed to reforge it as something better. But if instead you choose to stay with your small thinking, well, there will always be widows whose homes need repair, so you will have no shortage of work. Jewel. And inside you see, or in a little envelope, one of the earrings, or one of her earrings.
The tracking one.
Well, damn.
We were trying to open the Well of Souls. We were thinking bigger.
No, actually, we weren't.
Well, we were trying to open it to destroy it. But yes.
I don't think Zelania has a lot of thinking to do because originally it was like Jewel was the one that she was drawn to originally.
My question is, if Jewel had all these issues, why didn't she bring it up to us? Why didn't she talk to us? If she thought we were thinking small, she never spoke up when we were discussing.
Maybe she didn't want to fight.
How combative are we with each other?
We've always known that Jewel has a different morality than the rest of us. And I wonder if that's what pushed her to this.
I still have faith in her, though. She told us about the blood magic, the secrets that whatever that spirit from the tomb was trying to convey.
I also wonder if that doesn't have something to do with it.
It's possible. But as much as I wish she'd spoken to us, all we have left to do is have faith in her. Do what we can. Which, by the way, where the hell are we right now?
Right?
We had plans.
We were
Thanks
on
a
a
lot,
path.
Jewel. Guess cross this dragon adventure off. Guess we're back on the hunting down Yelnellis train now that we're down in the south. Ugh.
Yeah, what exactly... I'm sorry, out of character. I gotta... If you can send that letter to us so I can, like, read it. But it's been a while. Like, what exactly was her reasoning for, like... Like, what did she, like, divert us from? Right, we were going there... We were there for a reason, and I can't remember.
So I assume that Jules intends to actually sacrifice a soul so as to enter the well, the thing that we kept refusing to do. Because we wanted to lift that curse that stemmed from the well. But we had no way to get in and no way to destroy it unless we offered up a soul per the ritual.
And again,
we're
I
all
was
squeamish
offering
about it.
myself. I was prepared to offer myself. Thinking small.
Maybe that's why she did it then.
I don't know. So, okay, but I'm sorry, still out of character. What was so we were doing that to the curse in the mountains.
Yeah.
But we were also there for another reason, right? That had to do with the main storyline.
Your backstory villains, the I forget the name of the organization, but the people who tormented Key were also trying to get in the well. Although we learned that pretty late.
Right. But I know we were trying to find something else in this space too, right?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that it really was just the curse, because I asked the spirits if it was connected to the wider plot stuff, and they said no.
Okay, so she made a power play.
Maybe. Or tried to save your life. It could be this is all a fib, and she just teleported you as far away from there as possible.
Possibly.
Probably both, though.
Although we were told that she teleported herself too, so did she open it? Like, we don't know.
Well, her letter implies that that's what she's doing.
Yep. Okay, sorry. Thank you for the backstory. I forgot.
All good.
We are back not far from the tomb and the zombie city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we're
way
outside Stohill, right?
back where we started. Well,
Basically.
we three started.
Pretty close to it, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, this was like the second town we went to.
Yeah, because you all met up in Kebury.
Have my notes been good enough for what we learned months ago?
Because yeah, the salvation.
Are-
You had more questions because there was somebody done up in their robes that was at the well and was basically commanding some undead to open it.
Mm-hmm.
The people that we saved from being sacrificed,
Mhm.
we let them go, right? Or were they still there and they didn't get transported with us?
They left the cave system. They were kind of
Okay.
trying to make their way out the way that you came in.
Gotcha.
Hopefully that's what they did.
It is sincerely my hope too. Because I will not forgive Jewel if I find out one of them was used. I have to hope that Jewel didn't do it.
If Jewel did what she said she did, she took someone. Who they were, we don't know yet.
Is Garnd with us?
Yeah, he's still sitting
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Garn sacrificed for the greater good.
That would never be admissible. Just saying. Well, Jill made her choice. We have to make ours. She wants us to think big. Fine. We'll think big. But I'm not going to sacrifice who I am for the bigger picture. Now the question is, where do we go from here? We were here before. This isn't where we needed to be.
Well, there was really only one other thing we had to do up in that region of the continent, and maybe we'll get back to it eventually. But the way I see it, we have two leads nearby. One is more concrete. The man I was seeking out as a mentor for my foretelling powers is in Nakar to the southwest, looking to go deeper into the desert. That's something tangible we can work towards, and perhaps even he'd have some insight into our visions and what we were actually supposed to learn from them instead of wandering halfway across the world. Alternatively, if we wanted to, we have good reason to believe that there's a dragon living in these mountains too that we're right up against. You saw something one night, didn't you? And I'm pretty sure this location was given when we spoke to, just gotta look up her name, but the worm from before. Thilda, that was it. Pretty sure she said there was a dragon living here. So, it's a lead, even if we can't necessarily act on it. And we are right here.
Well, we also know that the dragon riders are from this area,
True.
as evidenced by
A city that must not be named.
yes.
Yes, sir. Do we take care and not?
The coin is gone, so presumably they can't spy on us. If they're
They
coming
can't
for us,
spy on us where we are, but if they can spy around the mountains, they might see us.
Yeah. I mean, anyone could be watching us at any time, but that's not a reason never to speak again.
My only concern, I don't have concerns with going after the dragon lead. My concern going to Nakar is the order that followed, that tortured me, is from Akava. I came from the Sandsea.
That's what I was going to ask.
So we might have to face my past if we go that way. And I can't ask you to do that for me.
We should be
But-
the ones saying that to you. You're perhaps the one in the most danger if we go back there. But
Of all the people to fight in the world, they seem the most deserving.
True. But I froze. If I remember correctly.
Don't
I
forget,
froze.
I got you. I'm the bloodthirsty one of the group right now. And I don't know these people, so I don't really care. I know you guys, and I'll protect you.
we have strength you can rely on if you ever freeze up again.
The danger is more the closer we get. But thank you. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. If we do go to Nakar, I will face my past with as much courage as I can muster.
Oh, to go.
I kind of want to settle this Yell Nellis thing too, so
Let's
happy
do
going
it.
to Nakar.
We won't be. I mean, we could do the dragons first because it's right here. It's closer. And then move our way back.
Last time we wandered around in these mountains without an idea of where we're going. We fell down a pit
Yeah,
and
that
almost
didn't
were
work
eaten
out.
alive, so we can come back to this, but honestly, I
Let's find Yelnellis for you.
rather face the threat we know about.
Any chance we can make friends with the dragon?
That's, I think,
That's the plan.
Danil's
That's
plan.
the plan, yeah.
Danil
I
wants
don't
to
know
be a
how-
dragon rider.
I mean,
He's
I
a
mean,
kobold. He's like basically a mini dragon.
Yep.
well, I know
He a
that
fearsome
tribe up in the
dragon
north
rider.
apparently had good relationships with a dragon, but look, there's just as much a chance that a dragon will try to eat us as befriend us. So this could be a fool's errand. But I want to hope that there's some value in it.
Do we know what kind of dragon this is? Like color or anything?
Nope.
Nope. What we saw or what was seen was just an outline. Right? It was just an outline in the distance. So not completely confirmed until we met the worm.
Shadow passing over the moon.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna tell you about that. I
That
had
was
the money to
great.
get you one.
Oh my god.
A life-size kobold statue.
That is
Jesus
definitely not
Christ.
how I pictured Danil, but now that I see it way more.
Well, that's also Pathfinder.
Yeah, it's
True.
it's not quite how I'm picturing him either. But
I was
it is
picturing
delightful.
from like the pictures in the book.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any thoughts on this, Ula?
Well, had told us that there were possibly dragons in the Sundered Peaks, which is where we are right now. Plus, we saw possibly. But I do agree that we can come back to that. I will go wherever the rest of you are going. We also really can't do much until we get the other omens.
True.
Speaking of, were there how many omens were there?
3, weren't there?
I
Yes.
thought there were 2.
We've only seen
There were
one?
2. There was the
Red Star in the
the Red
east
Star.
sky,
and
Which is what
the
we've seen.
and the ash tree with the silver leaves.
yes.
Okay.
So when the ash
We are
tree
one
of-
blends
So just two.
and the silver leaves.
Okay, because so that's the ash tree is what we haven't seen yet.
I wonder. It almost sounds like a banner, like a symbol for a house or an organization. It might be worth researching once we get somewhere with a bigger library. You know, our favorite pastime, going to the library.
Just saying.
Some
Not a lot of libraries to the southwest.
Well, your captors must keep some books. I'm sure they'll let us see them if we are persuasive enough.
You mean liberate the Sand Sea from the oppressors? Yes.
Who can say? We're supposed to be thinking bigger now.
Sounds big enough to me.
We've graduated from arguing with worms and beating up inquisitors. Why not shoot for the stars?
Let's go.
All right,
Let's find Neil Nellis.
To the southwest, then.
Alright, so you guys are gonna head down towards Gara. And then to
Yeah.
Gara. Cool. Are you gonna, which way are you gonna take? Are you gonna go through Kebri, or are you just gonna go down?
That feels the most
over?
direct to go through Kebri.
Okay.
At least that way we're not going cross country. As the crow flies.
So the travel there takes you about a day, day and a half. Fairly quiet along the road. The air starts to kind of take on kind of a weird feel to it. The temperature, you can feel it start to drop, which is unusual for this around this time of the season. But it almost feels heavy. When you make it into Kebri, it's pretty close to how you remember it. It's not a big town. The city, you can see, has upped some of the guards from what you can remember. Before, you'd only seen a few kind of more militia. This seems to be more actual military. To the north, out in the little further out towards the plains, you can see a lot of like cooking fires, campfires. It looks like there's a large force out that direction.
Hmm.
Have we heard any, like when we were at Stowe Hill or traveling along the roads, did we hear any rumors from any other travelers about what might be going on?
Yeah, there's some talk in Stowe Hill, even around Kibbery here, of military moving, or the Indus military, kind of pulling back from the border of Timidir and heading towards Plair Brax. That they've been starting to kind of build up their forces up around Aachen and Nimri. As to why, they're not sure. Just more and more military is kind of moving. There seems to be a large force that's over by Oaksard Mountains. Some people are speculating, which is generally how the majority of them are, of some sort of attacks have been happening in that area. Some are saying that it's dwarves are trying to basically break that whole mountain range free of anybody's control but theirs. You got some saying that elves are trying to push out and take more land. Just a wide variety of rumors. Some have stated that orcs are making a large presence there. There's supposedly a huge undead army that's hiding there. Nobody seems to really know what's going on. And I see a little void in the background.
Oh yeah, he's been here a while. Yeah, hi. Gonna say hi to everyone? Whoa, no,
Nope.
He's gonna leave.
He's
Too much
camera shy.
attention. We disrupted his nap too much.
I just looked up and just it's like, oh, I see a little void.
I was giving him some pets earlier, but he blends in so easily, just as a blob in the background, that I'm not even sure if anyone could see.
I saw you petting him earlier. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have noticed he was there either.
Let's say it blends in, so you were actually just petting a sweatshirt that was sitting there.
As I usually do, you know. So, war in the West, but nobody here knows anything. Could be anything. I don't think we can really get involved right now. We have too much on our own plate. It may be that this will be relevant to our troubles later on, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep. Doesn't sound like anybody really has any clue what's going on, so we have to work with the facts that we have, I suppose.
Agreed.
So you guys continue on to Gara.
Might as well.
This one takes about 2 days. 2.5. When you start going south, it still feels nice, if a little chill. But then you begin to see a lot of the plains start to change color and go from nice kind of greenish into a lot of sand. The second day you're out, windstorm kicks up, and a lot of the time you have to kind of walk with your hands up because you're getting pelted with sand. Once the storm dies down, as you're moving along, you don't see any more grass. It's just sand. As you approach Gara, it's a larger city. It's kind of one of the outposts that a lot of people hit if they're going to kind of continue west. Stock up on gears and water and everything else that they're going to need before they move on to like Bella, Barati, or even if they're going to Nakar. A lot of the structures here, you can see, have been made out of likely clay. Something to kind of help protect from the heat. Because you feel the temperature shift, like about 10 miles from Gara, and you're starting to get hot. And now it's an oppressive heat. It's not humid, but it's just constant sunlight beating down on you.
It's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
So it's fine.
We will endure.
But yeah, here in Gara, it's a lot of merchant caravans are rolling in as you guys are coming in. A lot of wagons that are kind of coming and going that are just stocked with barrels and provisions. Some begin to head toward the south or the southwest. A few you can see, a couple smaller groups look like they're going straight south or possibly even southeast towards the mountain range down there and some of the supposed ruins in the area. Yeah, this place is just bustling with activity. Almost every building here has like a canvas canopy that people tend to congregate under. Nobody seems to really like being out in the sunlight.
So before we actually reached the settlement, can I rewind slightly, just to make sure there were no prying ears, to just ask Key a little bit more about this order and how much power they wield in this area?
Okay, yep. Let me go back to the very beginning. I mean, I will tell you everything you want to know about them. I just gotta...
Yeah, no worries.
She just wasn't prepared for the question, so she has to find her notes.
Alright.
She's just collecting her thoughts emotionally.
Well, I would,
Tough topic.
the closer that we get, I think I'm going to be meditating more just to like keep my emotions and stuff in check on it. So, I mean, I'd be happy to do that. Just gotta make sure that I'm looking at the right stuff here. Okay, so 200 years ago, there was a massive war to end all mage wars to see who would control the region in the southwest. The mages almost wiped themselves out completely. Within the Sand Sea, the ground started to liquefy. The sand became like water, but not water. So essentially quicksand, but magic quicksand, right, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah. And to get through that, you have to take sand ships. So like the entire region is all like magically charged. I'm just reading through my notes here. So the mountains were that are around the Sand Sea were a last-ditch effort to stop the sands from spreading. And that was like who did that was lost to time. I've got some notes here about the city of Arcus, the city of thieves. Basically, there's also creatures that run around in the Sand Sea due to the conjugation and the chaos. Creatures, because of the creatures in the sea, the Sand Sea, ships go missing all the time. Rogue wave, random dust storms, magic's almost amplified. There's almost no pattern. It's all chaotic magic. I believe that this order came about because of that. Like that, because it's like all chaos and whatever. They came about to kind of tame it, but I'm not seeing my notes about the order. Joe, do you have it? I'm not seeing too much about the actual order that.
Yeah. So the order came around because they're generally very much against magic. Because the region was decimated by magic, it's now essentially corrupted by magic, that it became just pure chaos. It's not, one form, it's all of it. It's just wild, unbridled, untamed magic. And because of this, the order came around to try to purge magic from the land, because since they blame the mages for what happened. The area used to be, it wasn't desert. It used to be just nice flowing plains, a lot of green woods, there was larger lakes around. But due to everything, it became just sand. So there was an order that got tired of basically any magic user, because I'm more powerful. Well, I'm more powerful. Well, I'm more powerful. So they see magic as essentially the root of all evil, because magic corrupts. No matter how much somebody says they're using it for good, there's always a form of corruption that's inside of it, because it's against the natural order. Luckily, the barrier with the mountains has held off the spreading of the sands, because everywhere when the sands are spreading, it would just absorb all the land. So the grasslands just became watery, and then the grass died. The sand just overtook it. But the Order, again, blames all of the magic users, so they've created the Order of Salvation, which they want to them, they are, by purging the magic from people, they are saving their souls and saving the world. At least in their eyes.
They're the worst kind of bad guys. They actually believe the shit they're doing.
They believe they're the good guys.
Yeah, they're fanatical. Reindeer attack!
Yeah, and then from what I gather, they're all across the continent,
Yes.
but they're based in the Sand Sea.
A good part, yeah, one of the larger, essentially cabals of them is in the Sand Sea. Nobody really knows for sure where. They haven't been able to, a lot of people haven't been able to track them down. For the most part, nobody gets away from them. If you're grabbed, you are basically screwed.
Except for me.
Mhm.
But I was saved by one of the Order of the Wolf that we're in.
Gray Lion.
Yeah, Grey Lion.
Yeah, somebody who was able to infiltrate and basically pretend to be one of them to try to help others.
So,
I got taught magic in a place that's tried to torture the magic out of me.
so to make sure I understand it correctly, they don't have like an open public face in this region, but they're still feared here. They're more like a mafia here, in that nobody would ever cross them, and they have a lot of power here, but still underground.
Yeah. If you see, or when people see a couple of them walking around, they will clear areas. That's how much fear people have in them. Because if they even suspect you've got an iota of magic ability, you will disappear.
And they, like I said, operated all across the continent. Like, it's like, no matter where you are, they'll grab you. Nowhere's really safe.
Some of the areas where magic is is taught, like they don't really push into like the elf lands because they know that they would get wiped out. Like Tila Kith, where one of the larger universities is located, they've tried to infiltrate a couple times, all like pretty much successfully, but once they were caught, they were pretty much executed instantly. So a lot of times what they do is they'll travel through like capital cities and like the very large cities but they'll try to stay low. They'll try to basically hide who they are. But all the smaller towns, villages, they'll wreak havoc. And a lot of times once they get a hold somewhere, it's worse than trying to dig a tiny little splinter out. They will get in there, they will fester, and people will start dying.
Alrighty, so
And yeah, essentially we were going into their stronghold.
So
So
we don't
they're
ask
great
around about
people.
them, and we don't use any magic. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Although part of me is thinking I want to like ask Garn to help me take off the sleeves of my dress and just walk proud in. And I'm telling you this in character too. Part of me wants to just walk proud, reclaim what they took from me.
If you do, we'll support you. Just keep our weapons closer than normal.
I feel like that would be a detriment to us because we don't know how much. I don't know their numbers. I was kept in yeah. But I'm
True.
ready.
But certainly saves us the trouble of hunting them down if they come to us.
Keep
Pros and cons. Sorry, go ahead.
Ula just kind of like to her axe, her beautiful forged axe.
Magically forged axe.
I'm sure we can keep that on the down low, you know?
I got your back.
My time will come.
She's just like,
Kitty.
let him come. Let him come.
But yes, that's what we're walking into. That's where we're going. And I mean, I'll detail to you guys. I mean, I've already detailed to you some of the torture I received. I don't know if I have to Zembi or not. But I mean, I'll explain again. Like the reason I have these marks, these circular marks all over my arms and my entire body is because they tried to torture the magic out of me.
Just point, and I'll kill him. That's fine.
Well,
Couple of murder hobos on your side, you're fine.
yeah. I know I have found my family. I thought I had a full family until just a couple of days ago, but thank you for being with me.
Well, sometimes family travels afar for a while, but we'll see her again one way or another.
Love me.
Yep. I'm going to, even though it's hot as the Dickens, though, I'm going to try to lay low, keep covered up. They will sniff me out eventually. They'll know I'm here. I'm the one that got away. But to Nakar. Let's go.
Yeah, in Gara, I mean, you can. There's a lot of different shops that have lighter clothing that will help protect you from the sun and the heat. Kind of keep you a little cooler.
Are they less than 10 silver?
Yeah, most aren't more than. I mean, you could put an outfit together for about 5.
Okay, I will buy a nice outfit that covers up most things. Maybe even something that might cover my face, too.
Oh, you can get like the veils.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably could use them anyway because, you know, sand.
Yeah. I'll go in for desert supplies.
Okay, you can get like
Probably
Yep.
stock up on water and provisions and all that while we're here.
veils. I mean, schmaz, base. Yeah, those will work. You can see some. They've got different types of glasses that. Thing like the what are they called? Like the snow blind glasses where they've got just that slit, so you're not getting snow blind. Pretty same thing, but for sand. It's got kind of like a very thin, not silk, but very thin cloth over it that gives everything kind of a haze, but it stops sand from getting into your eyes. You do see some people walking around with actual, like, goggles on. Those are a little more expensive. A little hard to come by.
I will spend my 5 silver to protect the little amount of silver I have left because we left all of our gold making things back in the mountains that we got teleported from.
Yeah.
So you begin to travel to Nakar. It's hot. It starts to get a little difficult. It almost seems like the further in you get, the ground, though it's hard, just the way that the sand shifts, it makes it a lot more difficult. Trying to stay to the road can be a pain at times. As you walk, you get a breeze will come through, blow some sand, and you will lose complete sight of where the road is. So you start to kind of wander off more into the looser dunes before you're able to find back to the road. It's like going from nice hard packed earth to walking on a beach. So the travel is a lot slower. First night, it gets chilly. Then you have to kind of swap back over to your little bit warmer clothes as the temperature just it doesn't even gradually go down, it just plummets. You get, when you bed down, it's nice because you have the sand releasing the heat from the day, but after an hour it's just cold sand. You begin to tell you're not alone. You're noticing snakes, scorpions, a lot of insects in the area. Every now and then you have to kind of carefully shift a snake away from trying to crawl into your bag because you're warm. Next day, or next morning, you wake up. Garn's got food ready. You all eat. Kind of change. He wants loves now.
Oh yeah. Now that I've
Usually-
started giving him pets, he's not going to let me stop ever.
Usually
Don't
Mackey's
decide.
like that as soon as I sit at the computer. He will be dead asleep, but as soon as I sit down, meow, and then he will pester me for the next hour.
I'll just be sitting here and I'll just feel a tap on my shoulder, just one paw up there, like, hey, cuddles now.
Let's see if I can.
I'm glad that he's finally there, though.
Yeah, I won't do it.
Oh yeah. He's been pretty affectionate for a while now. Like,
That's good.
he likes to hang out nearby, likes to have pets. Like, he still doesn't like to be held and stuff like that, but he definitely wants to spend time with people. He's quite friendly.
Sniffer doesn't like to be held either.
Yeah.
You can kind of see Mackie.
Cat hiding in the wreckage. Yeah, there.
He's sprawled out on Amy's box of clothes and junk.
I got the other one.
Yeah, and Sneaky's over there, going for the window.
Ooh, nice little window perch.
Kind of. They're not super thick, so every now and then they tend to try to jump up and then fall right back out.
This one's actually thicker, I think, than the other ones.
Yeah.
We just need to get them their we need to get them those, what do you call it?
Platforms.
Well, that, but they have those like cat hammocks or whatever that you can just like put on the window.
Mm.
There's a poop.
Oh.
Buzzball.
Yep.
Oh, baby.
Never farther than 6 feet. He doesn't do social distancing.
I was gonna say.
Uh-oh.
Oh, lost her.
Nikki's the new John.
I don't know what happened. Sorry.
Yeah, hi.
Do you miss John that much that you gotta be him now?
I'm so mad at him.
I can't be completely mad at him.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. But sorry about that.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah. So once you set out, again, you're trying to stick to the road, but it gets hard at times. And within an hour of being awake, even in the lighter clothing, you are sweating. It almost seems, the sun rises and sets, but it seems like no matter where you are, it's just there. Almost like it's just you guys and the sun. Now he's watching something. Oop, now it's up. Now it's down.
Very focused cat.
And so he's watching something.
How high is he?
I don't know. I haven't given him catnip for a while.
No idea.
Yes, I'm talking about you, Sniper. Although he broke my pin feed.
Yes,
one.
he did.
So I got to reprint, which is going to suck because that's another 4-day print.
Yeah, but now you can do it.
That's true. How do you get a new well? Well, I didn't have to get a new well, but how do you get a new FEP film? So I just went with 2 new wells. Because I accidentally damaged one. I've been trying to print some stuff and they've been sticking to the film. So I got to figure out why that's happening. Anyways, so yeah, as you get, you're probably about 5 miles from Nakar, and you can see just this giant, almost like a tower made of sand, sticking up into the sky. Anytime the wind kicks up and throws sand around, you lose complete sight of it. And whenever it starts to die down, it almost looks like the tower reforms itself back out of sand. As soon as the wind kicks up, you'll see it almost looks like it just goes and disappears with the wind and then comes back. But you get closer, and you get this weird scent. You could almost smell the ocean, but it's got like a weird smell underneath it. You're not sure if it's just, if you can actually smell the city, or if it's just, a lot of you just being all sweaty. But there's just a weird smell to it.
Do I remember this smell from the first time I was here?
Yes. Yeah, it's a familiar smell to you. It has to do with the sand sea, and just with the constant churning of the sand. You finally make
Well,
it to. Nope.
I'll assure Garn that it's not him.
You're so nice.
Just a Garn.
The rest of you stink.
The rest of you guys stink.
Just kidding. I'll explain that it's like the smell of the region. But yeah.
But as you get close, and you can see the mountains, you've been heading towards them. And when you come up to the city, you've got, just massive mountains on either side. You can see the giant tower. And there's a wall about 400 feet high. And one entrance that's about 20 feet tall, about 60 feet wide. That's the only entrance into Nakar. Looking at it, you can see arrow slits. You can see, looks like spigots, kind of carved into the wall. You can only speculate what those are for. Guards posted probably about every 20 feet along the wall. Looking up, you think you see motion at the top, but you're not quite sure. It could just be a mirage. And you see people kind of just coming and going, checking in with guards, and then either leaving, going in. Every now and then you see them checking the wagons, seeing what's going in, what's going out. So what do you do?
I guess we approach.
So as you approach, see a couple guards and, alright, come up. Who are you?
These are not the mages you are looking for.
I wish. Where-
What business do you have here?
We're traveling mercenaries from the north. We were sent on a mission from our guild to make contact with a friend of our client who was reported to have been in this city, last we had heard.
Okay, how long do you plan to stay?
Essentially, until we can make contact with this individual and take our leave. It's difficult to say, but hopefully not more than a week or two at most.
Alright, just make sure you abide by all laws.
Of course.
Don't cause trouble.
Thank you so much, sir.
And kind of steps out of the way. Go ahead. Move along. Move along.
I'll do it, yeah.
He
Ula
like
kinda-
hesitates for half of a breath and then follows after Zeno.
Ula
You
kind of did the whole side eye thing for a second when they said don't cause trouble.
So
Yeah.
you,
First time I lied to people.
He's honestly just thinking about all the trouble she went through to get out of here, and now she's going right back in. Yeah.
She's like, and I'm willingly going here?
Yeah, right?
so as you enter through the gate, you feel a cool breeze kind of come through. Feels good for the moment. And you realize that the wall is made up of just giant, looks almost like sandstone blocks. As you're going through, you realize this thing's probably about 30 feet thick. which is nice because it gets you out of the sun for at least 30 feet. And as you come out and you're expecting that heat again, you do feel the heat, but it's not as bad. And when you look up, you can see there are large canopies all over that cast some shadow, kind of helps diffuse a lot of the sun. That's a lot of the sunlight that's shining down on the area. So people, they're just walking and going, and it almost feels shoulder to shoulder. And this place is busy. A lot of the merchant carts and stuff that you've been seeing coming in are going down. You'll see them kind of off in the distance, and then they arc down. And you can see it looks like masts, like ship masts, that they're heading towards. There's a lot of buildings that are built into the mountain. They don't go super far in, but they're just built to encompass some of the little gaps and stuff. A lot of the ones right beyond the gate you can see are for housing of guards. You can see stairways that actually go up towards the top of the wall. Some lead to a couple other doors halfway up. And then there's just buildings. Some shops, a lot of them residential. The farther you get in, and the closer you kind of get to the tower, you come to another area, a wall that goes around what would basically enclose the tower. And you can see people going through a gate to get in there. And you can see other houses through there that look a lot nicer. These ones a lot of them are like painted with white to help fight off the heat and the sunlight. Even the roads where this is it's cobblestone, but it's broken up. It's a lot of just limestone. It's cracking, it's falling apart. You look through and you can see, it almost looks like just brick. Very, very well kept area. And you can see people trying to get in and being physically thrown away by guards. Anybody that's going through there has to show papers. Otherwise, they can go left or right and basically go around. And it's a walk to go around. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, we know Yelnellis was planning to go to the Sand Sea. The odds of him still being in town are probably quite slim. We might be best served to begin searching at the dock, asking around if an elf recently had asked for transport.
Was he here on school business?
Oh, absolutely not. He's been missing for a long time. I found out he was even alive from a janitor who used to talk to him years ago. And then the best lead was he's somewhere in the woods around Kebury, maybe 20 years ago. I cannot overstate what a wild goose chase this has been from the very start. If I had not been fired, I would not be out here.
Well, perhaps the docks is the best place to start then.
I guess we wander on down there.
Key's not trying to talk a lot. She's afraid someone will recognize her voice.
All right, so you
She
guys,
also doesn't know anything about this place. So she's not much help.
You guys make your way down to the dock, or towards the docks. Takes you a good half hour, 45 minutes of walking out and around. Just kind of getting lost every now and then down little side streets. A couple of spots look like it might be a decent shortcut, turn out to be dead ends, turn around, and
We let Danil make the map again, didn't we? Oh, don't worry, Danil. Ula's totally on your side with the map. She thinks they're amazing.
Good. They're masterpieces, unrecognized in their time.
Absolutely.
greatest cartographer of our time. Yeah, X marks the spot. X always marks the spot. So yeah, you come around a couple buildings down this little alleyway, and you can see where the docks are. Going through, like, the closer you get to the docks, you start to run into a lot of warehouse, almost like a warehouse section of the city. It's a lot of large structures full of storage. Some of the houses in the area, you can tell, are very run down. It seems like you're kind of moving into almost like the slummy area. A lot of the canopies around these areas are torn, faded, not doing a whole lot. You're seeing people huddle more towards entryways, alleys to try to get out the heat and the sunlight. But you make your way down, and as you get close to where you can see the docks, you can see it looks like large sailing ships. And you can see them, floating up and down, kind of rocking up and down, a little bit side to side with waves. And there's no water; it's just sand. There's about 6 ships that are at dock right now. 4 of which are being unloaded. One's being loaded. And another one looks like it's going through some repairs. A couple chunks missing from the front end, or the bow of the ship. So you can see some shipwrights kind of cutting away a lot of the planks and trying to patch it, put some tar on it.
I guess once we're here,
Just see if I can find anyone who looks like they handle one of these ships, or like people who might work on these ships, and ask around. Like, start it out as if we're asking for passage, but then also like sneak in.
oh, also, trying to find a friend who passed through here. Would have been an older elf, like,
Give a rough description as best I can.
and say, see anyone like this pass through, trying to go out into the sand sea.
Let's see. Need to give me a streetwise check.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Should we only have 2 points right now?
No, I actually have to reflip it.
Okay. I wanted to be careful if we were that low, but since we're
Yeah.
on a full batch, I will flip a pip, I think.
Yeah, give me a hard streetwise.
Yeah, I can most certainly do that. 3 purple, right?
Yes.
Hey!
So yeah, you come across some, and there's people you can tell, sailors, all over the place. Some working, some kind of shove you off. Some seem really busy, try to pull you off in a different direction. One of them comes across and points you to the Trickster and Mug, which is down kind of a little bit closer to the docks. But it's an inn and tavern. In there, you kind of start asking around. And the innkeep overhears everything. And he's like, "Oh, you talking about that really crazy old guy?"
Yes, that certainly sounds like him.
Yeah, he was in here probably about a week ago. Cat. Oh, wait, he's probably gonna do it again. Here he comes.
Look, we're just lucky that Sissel isn't taking my webcam down, because the other day, when I was playing with some friends, he was just walking around on my desk, back behind the monitor, getting tangled on the cord, and just continuing forward until the whole thing crashed down like twice. Did not seem to think that was a problem.
No, they never do. And looks at you like, what? This is normal. I mean, your fault. It's
But
not.
he give you any indication where he was going?
Yeah, he was heading in. Oh God, what was it he was saying? There was. Hey, look, seems like we not. It's just lady coming. She's like, yes. What was that old crazy dude saying? He was going. Where was it? Oh, he was going out into the Sand Sea, looking for some city that's out there that apparently isn't supposed to be there, but it's there, or something. I don't know.
You ever give a name to that city? Something like that?
He did, but I can't remember it right offhand.
Would this jog your memory?
I'll slide 3 silver.
She's like, she kind of takes it. She's like, well, it might. Just give me some time. I'm sure I'll remember it.
Okay.
I just, again, it's there. I can feel it in my head, but I can't remember it.
Well, don't force it. I'm sure we'll be taking up rooms here. In the meantime.
Oh, rooms. Yeah. How many rooms do you need? I can help you with that.
Maybe for once it might be wise to stick to one room.
All right. We do.
We've got
have
cots
one
with-
that's got About 2 beds? That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind snuggling up with Jarlac.
Alright. Should be about 4 silver for a night. And kind of leads you up into the towards where the rooms are. Yeah, there you go. Got the beds, bathroom, down the hall.
Thank you. Let us know if you remember anything, of course.
Oh, I will. I promise. I will definitely let you know. And she kind of walks back off.
So it looks like we've got some time to kill.
I'm not even sure what I'd want to do here.
Mm,
Ooh,
Yeah, I don't know either.
That's fine.
well,
I could try to find that gnome that helped me leave, but that would be like dangerous.
we could try to see what kind of seedy underbelly they've got around here.
I'm sure there is.
Presumably, there's an industry of leading people out into the desert looking for lost treasures. So even if the barmaid doesn't come through on this, we might be able to snoop around and find out what the hot legends are, what Yelnelis was looking for here. He must have spoken to someone when he came through.
Well, I mean, he probably didn't make up this city, so somebody has to have at least heard the legend of it.
I hope so. Hopefully it didn't spring fully from visions. But lost cities? That's right up our alley.
We're pretty good at finding them.
2 for 2 at this point. We weren't even trying the first time.
Literally fell into it. Alright. Well, what we'll do is we'll stop it here for tonight. I do have the name written down. I just have to remember where I have the binder. Or not the binder, but the thing.
So it's
see,
legit. Joe didn't know.
No,
See,
I
I thought that was just Joe needs us to stay here for a little bit sort of thing. Like, okay, yeah, I'll play along. We'll see where this goes.
It was well played.
He doesn't know where he put it. Makes
I
sense.
think it's by the chair. I think it's by my chair. But no, I do
That's
have it
how it
written down.
goes.
I just wasn't expecting you guys to actually shift this way for you to go up more towards.
Oh,
the
you
mountain.
were expecting us to dragon hunt.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm sorry to always be unpredictable,
No,
but
that's
I was like, the dragon hunt would be
This
ideal.
is-
But I was like,
This is what we do, Joe. You know
I know.
that.
and I was like, I've got to stop chasing these weird rumors. We should do a concrete plot point and go after Yelnelis and deal with with Key's backstory.
We don't have to deal with my backstory.
I mean, it would be narratively satisfying.
It would be. But I don't know what to expect. Like, what we
True.
really should do is fix the issue with the sands and
Well, yeah.
eliminate the reason to be mad.
Well, we're certainly not going to make the Order of Salvation stop just by cleaning this place up, but we might erode some popular support for them, which is
Yup.
very good.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of right now. To way to like get at them is to eliminate the issues in the sand.
I mean, stabbing them will probably also work, should they show their faces.
Yes, but the sands would still be an issue.
That's true.
Well, clearly, their way of trying to deal with it is not working. So,
And I have a god on my side, so
So there you go.
confidence. That's my corruption.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's say next Monday.
Might as well for now.
Yeah, we'll set that up for next session next Monday. We'll see if that flies or not. Otherwise, it probably still would, because if anything, it's probably going to be a lot of, I'm going to assume, going around asking questions, looking for libraries as usual. New town, new library. They got new books.
Oh my god.
You know, the usual.
You always, it's like the one thing we all have is knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how else are we gonna get information, Joe?
No, that's fine.
Look, we
We don't have charisma.
We often deal. Speak for yourself. I've got plenty.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
plenty of
Okay,
it.
okay.
We often deal with very esoteric lore, and what better way to learn what we're dealing with than hit the books?
Is that
Yeah.
why we got that shitty ass note from Joel? Because we spend too much time in libraries?
Jewel was right
Probably.
there with us.
Yeah, no,
I
Joel likes the
know.
libraries.
Like,
He's not over being abandoned. She's not okay with it.
it was a twist to spring on us.
When she sees Jewel again, I fully expect her to just kind of walk up and shove her. Like, what did you do that for? We are a family. Family stock, damn it.
Ohana means family.
You're
Family means
right.
no one is silent.
No one gets left behind.
So yeah, so that's what we'll do for tonight. Yeah, I mean, luckily I have stuff prepped for this area. So,
Well,
like I said, I just wasn't expecting to have to grab it for tonight.
I'll be sure to make use of your other dragon notes when we loop back from this.
Well, a big part of it, like I was kind of expecting you guys to. I shouldn't really say expecting. I thought you guys would probably more stick around Stowhill. Not that I didn't. I've got stuff set for all over the place, but more to kind of do a. Okay, how are we gonna handle Jewel dumping us off here? Why did she dump us off here? We should go after her type of situation.
That is all very fair, but we are enigmas as always, and
She made her choice.
she made her choice, and also we don't have a good way of tracking her right now because
No.
she
Well,
clearly
that's
has
very-
very long range.
We actually
teleports.
have a great way of tracking her. She gave
Oh,
us
wait, yeah,
her
but-
freaking earring.
I actually fully forgot that.
We can track her whenever we want.
I'm going to lean into it was a character choice to let Jewel make her own choices and not me just missing that detail and thinking, well, I guess we can't follow up on that.
No, I think in character we're all too stunned to think about it too much.
Yeah. That's what we'll go.
We're what's the right word?
Flabbergasted.
We're absorbing it.
Processing.
We're processing.
Processing, yes, we're processing the betrayal.
Or at the step of denial.
Yeah, here you go.
Passing by Kedbury. That's where Jewel lost control of a flamethrower and burned down an entire field.
All because she wanted some
Oh, did she?
strawberries.
Yeah, I was right. Jewel was just like in the back, like picking strawberries, while the rest of us are in this horror scene as the spiders are coming from everywhere. We're just-
I know, it was awful.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Oh, what a start to the game.
This is before we knew she was power mad.
Wow.
So I guess I know since we don't know if Zenby's gonna be here Monday, do we want to run something else, just a random one shot.
I have no problems with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that too.
I'm still trying to get my partner to take my place when I'm not able to play.
Yeah, whatever works.
Okay. Well,
But honestly, yeah, I'm happy to mix things up every now and then.
okay. Mainly, it's like since I've been like I was telling him, about that channel. I want to get that game, and I want a couple of my buddies to get the game, but one of them's too scared. He doesn't do horror at all. The other one, being Greggy, which Nikki knows as well, really doesn't do horror. And basically, I want to get it because it's always fun to hear him scream like a little, in complete terror. But I've just kind of had this like horror stuff in my head.
Mm.
And the other day we were listening to H.P. Lovecraft, like some of his works. And it's like, well, horror would be fun. But I don't
I'd
have
be
anything. I don't have
down.
Cthulhu, although if we could technically run it through Genesis.
Any game can be a horror game if you run it right.
Joe's definitely got some horror elements in this game. I've had nightmares from some of our sessions.
Those freaking spiders, man.
Uh-huh,
That
and the
house.
wraiths.
What was that, Nikki?
The wraiths.
Oh yeah.
It was a spooky time as well. The zombies. Garnt pretending to be a zombie when we got out. Mm.
I still have that clipped.
Happy Halloween.
But yeah, if you want to run a horror one-shot of any kind, there are many ways to make something horrifying outside.
I do
just
have
the
one
horror.
game. Nikki's played it. Amy's played it. I've done a couple sessions of it. It's called Monster of the Week.
Oh yes, I am familiar.
So yeah, I do have that. I've got the books. At work, right now, I've just been screwing around basically because they got me helping out with electronic monitoring, which is fine. I'm calling people to try to get equipment, and hopefully I can actually either get them to bring their equipment back or I go out and get it. But then I have one of their supervisors going, okay, work off this list. And then I've got people in EHM that are removing the work that I do and then getting rid of the list and telling me to use this list. And then today I got things saying, oh, well, we got a call from this PO saying that, you said this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, if they can't bring the equipment in, I will go get it. Well, you don't go get equipment. Actually, I do because I've got my supervisors and your supervisors telling me to go get the equipment. Well, no, you don't get it. It's like, okay, fine. You know what? I'm not going to do anything for you right now. Today, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to make calls. I'm not going to do anything. So basically, because we have, all these e-learning crap that we constantly keep doing, all these little trainings, that's from about 11 o'clock, that's all I was doing. At first, I was like, skip, next, skip. I was like, no, I've got time. I'm just going to let it play. So I've got plenty of time to read and think. So this week,
Dang,
I'm
good.
pretty sure a lot of stuff is not going to get done because I am over a lot of this crap.
Don't blame you.
So yeah. So I do have those. I've got the... So how much of Monster of the Week do you know of, Tom?
I haven't played it specifically, but I've played Overpowered by the Apocalypse, and I'm familiar with that. I've
Okay.
seen some of it run. I've read some of the playbooks.
Yep.
That's a
So
good thing.
yeah, Apocalypse World is what it's built off, which is pretty cool. I've actually thought about doing that for Gaslands, like so people could actually play their driver type thing. So big part of it is they don't have character creation in the normal sense. There's a kitty.
Oh.
This is my roommate's cat, Vitty.
It's Ruffy. Yeah, big
Very
paws.
big.
Oh, fluffers.
It's poofy. So much fluff. Billy, the cool part about it is most of it's already done. You just kind of choose a couple things.
Mhm.
Kind of like what your cool is, or what your weird is, which is like dealing with magic and stuff. Then each character goes around once everybody goes through and picks their stuff. Okay, how do you know? Normally it's like, how do you know the person to your left? How do you know the person to your right? And so you kind of build that thing because it starts out basically everybody knows everybody. You're part of a group. But it's super fun. It's really easy. It's like 2d6, I think, basically for everything.
Yeah, I love that system. It's very straightforward.
Can Amy and I be our Sam and Dean characters again?
You don't care?
I mean, the biggest thing I know about Monster of the Week is that the rule book makes it very clear this is a supernatural game. Like, not officially licensed, but we're here to play supernatural.
When we played, Amy and I were playing sisters, or essentially Dean and Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Excellent.
somebody actually made a playbook for what would be one of the two. I'll have to look. So I know Amy was playing that one. I can't remember what it was called. Let me see if I can find it.
Let me see how many of the books I have
ago.
access to, because I'm pretty sure I've got
The entire. I've got like everything. Joe
you should
gave
have
me
all the
everything. So if you need
It
it, I can
should-
put it into a Google Drive and give it to you.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it is in a Google Drive
Yeah, it
already.
should
Yeah.
be.
one of my
No,
drives.
it wasn't
It'll
the
be there.
expert.
Where are you?
Freelancer.
I have 33 PDFs for Monster of the Week. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah. I want to say it was the Freelancer that Amy was playing.
I was playing
I
whatever
think
one was
so.
close enough to Sam.
Yeah, so it was, I know a guy, so one of the moves is I know a guy, badge and gun, the touch, journal, the hunter's journal, jack of all trades. So yeah, so that was the Freelancer. What the hell is...
Whatever drive do I have shared with me?
No, it wasn't the Sidekick.
No, I gotta remember.
Yeah, I thought for sure that I had Monster of the Week books uploaded on my the drive I stick. I stick all my role playing books on, but I guess I don't. So if you can share that with me,
Yeah.
or if that's already in a drive you shared, that'll
I don't know
work.
if it is, but I'll check it tonight. Or tomorrow.
Yeah.
I do that at work too. 'Cause I've
Yeah,
been
either way.
to listen to music, so.
But yeah, I love Powered by the Apocalypse. It's what my other group is doing right now. We're doing like a sort of homebrew hacked Powered by the Apocalypse style game, and it's good stuff.
Yeah,
I
know I have it because I've seen it. I think it's actually over on the bookshelf.
I got these Skull D6s
Nice.
for Powered by the Apocalypse stuff.
Those
They're
are
real
cool.
fancy.
Yeah, get the ones that are actually made out of human bone.
Not quite that fancy.
How do they roll?
Probably not as well as a standard die because they are a bit uneven, like the little teeth and all that. But I've gotten pretty normal rolls from them so far, so they must be balanced enough to be acceptable.
Sam was the spooky Joe.
That's right.
That's what I
because
thought it was when I was looking at them.
he has
That's what
those
I
psychic
thought.
powers that drop.
I found a website. The expert's Bobby. Sam is the spooky. The divine is Castiel. Dean Winchester is here as the wrong. So
I was thinking either that or the Chosen. was
yeah,
kind of
that's a
for
yeah.
Sam.
Those could also be Sam.
This, but Yeah, that's probably based off of all 15 seasons, though, too.
That's true.
Whereas we were basing it more off of like the first 5.
I think I played The Chosen then.
It was either the chosen or the wronged.
Yeah, one of the two. Either way.
But yeah, we'll figure it out during the week. Then yeah, I'll whip something up. Just on the off chance that Zenby isn't going to be around on Monday.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we'll do a session or something with that. Because yeah, I had fun running that one. I know I had them terrified with one adventure. Dealing with shadow people.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I've just been kind of having like a horror kind of.
I will not play a horror game though with you around Halloween. It's just too much.
That's when it's fun.
Time of the year.
Fine. Next year we can
The
play a
reason for the
horror game.
season.
Clay and I are down to join.
That's good.
Next, I'll have to plan something. Maybe I should start doing that now.
Yeah.
If I
planning the
have
Halloween
nightmares
episode.
though, I will blame you because Halloween is the day before I go to Mexico for my friend's wedding. So if I'm freaked out and not able to be on that plane,
Hey, Samhain is the best
I will
time.
not forgive you.
Samhain's my holiday.
I know.
That's my jam. Alright, so we'll kind of end things here for tonight, and yeah, Monday. I might do something, I might stream something during the, next couple days. If anything, just kind of start getting stuff on the actual channel and everything. I don't know what, might be a game, might be just me rambling about whatever. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so that's all we got for tonight. And then I will definitely make sure I have that name for the thing too. So,
Perfect.
like I said, I do have it. I know because I've had the name of the city for probably about 12 years. That I've been wanting to use it. I was like, ooh, I can. It's just not in front of me. It's literally that way.
Alrighty.
All right, so I guess yeah. Well, everybody have a good night. I think I got your email, Tom, so I will.
Yeah, I can resend it in the Discord as well.
Yeah, I'll double check there. I'll let you know if I need it.
Cool.
Then I
Oh,
should-
am I going to get you in so much copyright trouble for saying that I have all the PDFs for Monster of the Week?
No, because we bought them.
Yep.
Oh.
I bought them in a Humble Bundle.
No one could prove that these weren't purchased.
Plus,
Yeah, but
it says on other web you can go to their site and download the
Okay.
the playbooks.
I didn't realize you were still streaming.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But I guess we'll see if we do get hit with a copyright, because I will have a music that I was
Oh.
given permission for to use.
That
The robots will come after us
campaign.
anyway,
Yeah, so
but maybe we can appeal it.
Yay.
yeah, at most I will just have to get a hold of her to get the actual license, since right now I just have permission from her, and I know YouTube and Twitch are like, well, we don't really take that. You have to have the actual license.
Mm.
But again, that's if she goes after to do it. But when I was telling her what it was going to be for, she said it actually sounded awesome. So I may actually have to let her know if we play it Monday and be like, hey, this is what we're doing. We're playing it Monday. If you want to come watch, cool. Because she might, which would be really weird. I mean, it was weird enough that
Yes.
she said we could do that. So I guess we'll see what happens on Monday.
Mm.